Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Well, hello, somebody. It's time to move your body. Welcome back to Inside the Trenches. It's your host, MARLON BIGFAV Favorite, and we're back in the building here at Loyola University, right here in beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana. I got my co-host in the building with me, my homie CL NOLA, every week as he do all the time. And we got our special student guest going to join us for this first segment, Chris Ponce, Junior over here, right here at Loyola, CL. Junior, how you at, Junior?
On the way up.
Getting ready for his senior year. He's going to spend the summer here with us. And what do you know? He actually does broadcasting. Well, we got so much to get into tonight. I am extremely excited about this show. For hour one, we got to break it down. We got to talk about the Derek Carr retirement. Now that the dust has settled, I know a lot of folks have been talking about this topic throughout the day. It's time for us to give our take. You know, Monday Fun Day, the last said, right? So we're going to definitely comment on the Derek Carr retirement. And we'll be joined by special guest segment two, special guest linebacker from the Dallas Cowboys, LSU Tiger like me, Damone Clark. He's going to talk a little bit of football with us, you know, as he's getting ready for this season. Before we get into all the fun stuff, I want to give a big shout out to our crew over there in the studio, Tyler and Wes holding it down in the studio right now. And we also want to give a big shout out to Wolfe Construction and Real Estate. They're located at 143 Lapalco Blvd, right there in Gretna, Louisiana, on the Best Bank, baby. Call Rob, 504-393-2445. Let them know that you heard about them right here on Inside the Trenches with your boy Marlon BIGFAV Favorite. And they got the deals over there right now. The house elevations are doing exceptionally well. They're doing a good job right now getting folks into home. The market's about to get a bit better. So definitely hit our sponsor highlighted folks right now. That is Robert Wolfe in construction. CL, an era has ended right here in New Orleans, Louisiana. The Derek Carr era is officially over. He has announced his retirement this past Saturday. This Saturday was pretty cool. The weather ended up cooperating later on. The rain got out the way. I'm driving back from BRCL and had our training class at Elite. And I get the news, you and I, and spend talk about look, that ride back from Baton Rouge went fast, Chris. It happened, and it definitely changed people's mood. I performed at the Woodman Fest too right after. I'll talk about that in a minute. But your initial reactions to the Derek Carr announcement?
Well, I think it's like other situations that has happened previously in life. you ask yourself, where were you at when you heard the news, right? I won't say where I was when the news came in, but shortly afterwards, Fave called me. And my original reaction is because, they called me the GM. Yeah, I do enjoy it, but my original thought was to think like in GM, I know just off top, he saved us $30 million by retiring. He could have strung that out and collected his complete $40 million. Now, he got a $10 million roster bonus, but that was the deal with a certain date. That was included with a certain date. So knowing that he could have still hung on and held that $40 million and a roster spot and uncertainty, I think Derek Carr really showed who he was as a person because on the way out, he showed number class.
Chris, man, I want to go on to you next. CL had a good point. He said he showed class. My opinion might be a little different, but your thoughts when you heard about Derek Carr retirement, what did that initial hit to you feel like? Tell us what that moment was like.
Yes. So I was at my house, getting ready to go to a graduation, and right before I was leaving out the door, my mom was like, "Oh my God!" And then I was like, "Wait, what's going on?" And then she was like, "Chris, Derek Carr retired." And then I was like, "Whoa!" Like, "Oh my goodness, what?" So that's when I talked to one of my homeboys. I was talking to one of my homeboys on the phone, and I had told him the news, and then we was like, "Oh my goodness!" Like Derek Carr retiring and stuff. So, it was a little bit shocking, but I feel like it was the best for both sides. Not only for Derek Carr, but only for the Saints. Yeah. They both, I feel like it was the best for both sides because, the Saints save money at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean,
like that.
you can see that the relationship was, and I won't say fractured, but you can see that the relationship had been tenuous at best. I don't know if New Orleans really understands what it's like to play quarterback. One of the 32 quarterbacks in this league, and to be still just average and not be good enough. I think over the years, us in New Orleans, we have become spoiled over the great Drew Brees. Never forget that Drew Brees was a Hall of Famer. That means they'll never forget him. That means he will always live with a bus in Canton, and people will always remember him. To live up to something like that is tremendous in just on the field, let alone off.
Yeah, and I have to agree with both of you guys. I thought y'all had great takes. You look back at it, I think he was, 14 and 13, so you had a mid-winning record, like an average winning record.
Average.
Yeah.
Average.
45 touchdown passes in his time here.
Average.
So everything was average.
Yeah.
But the pay wasn't average. Hello, somebody that wasn't average at all. And I guess when we look back at this Derek Carr situation, we're going to say, man, we could have done that with that capital. Had he said something a little earlier, maybe it would have changed the dynamic of the draft. I mean, it's a number of ways we can look at it, Chris.
Yeah, and we said it from the beginning. We were going to attack the draft no matter what the situation was with Derek Carr. And we got a quarterback that we targeted in the second round. And even if you go back to think when you spoke about the money situation, we got the market sets the market sets the value of these players, not us, not our opinion, not our feelings. Derek Carr got a fair deal at $140 million. He got a fair deal. That was like $35 million a year. Imagine if Derek Carr would have been on a $47 million deal like Tyler Murray. Maybe he's on a $50 million.
Oh, Kyler Murray?
Yeah. So imagine if he's on a $55 million deal like Goldilocks in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So we got what we paid for. We got an average quarterback for the average market price.
If y'all are just tuning in to Inside the Trenches, you're listening to CL NOLA, baby, the coolest co-hosts in the city. We also joined here by Chris, student right here at Loyola, St. Aug grad. So, boy, we 504 all day in here. Shouts out once again to ESPN Baton Rouge.
Definitely.
They cracked the ice, baby. The show's now in New Orleans, right here in the heart of New Orleans on St. Charles. So we're excited about their partnership. And we also want to thank you guys for subscribing to Inside the Trenches with Marlon Favorite on YouTube. Remember, you can follow Chris on the social media at CL_NOLA. You can follow me at BigFave504. What's your social media, Chris? Two Chris's in here.
Yes. All lowercase, Lil Chris, 3K _
I know it was a little somewhere on there. Everybody a little. Let me guess. LAH.
LAH. Yes.
That's Lil Pod in them. That's what they do. You heard Lil Pod in them. All right, fellas. So let's talk about the good. Okay, one more closing remark on the whole way this went down.
Right.
A lot of times, and Chris brought this up Saturday to me, a lot of times we attack the players. The older Chris, CL. That's the easy way to do it.
Yes.
CL brought this up to me Saturday. He was like, a lot of times it's not the player doing all of this stuff to the team, it's their representation, it's their agent.
Right.
The agent is going to do everything in their power so they get more money. So he's going to pull the best contract he could possibly put together for his client. Now, the way everything, Derek Carr doing car reviews and going to the church talking about journalists and saying X, Y, and Z, a lot of that I thought was a bit spiteful, especially given the fact that he knew from the New York game his shoulder was messed up. Right. But again, I don't think it was a part of representation for them to expose that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we know we've had worse quarterbacks in New Orleans, and they've never made a float.
Absolutely.
They've never made a Mardi Gras float of him, right?
Who? Never made one of who?
Would name one quarterback they made a Mardi Gras float of?
I think they did clown Derek Carr.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, Drew Brees had, I think, a positive one.
Exactly.
Like, everything was good.
You're having negative, outcomes. This guy is exactly who we paid for, and I guarantee you think of week one, week two, when we had a top off price of 91 points in 2 games. How many people had a problem with Derek Carr? Week 1, week 2.
It was. Nope, nobody.
Right.
Well, CL, Chris, Lil Chris, everybody was excited because most of the people just love football and want to see the Saints play. Not the average person was like you and I go and check to see how Carolina looked going in the preseason in certain positions, how the Cowboys look, coming to certain seasons.
His play went along with what was around him. When we were 100% healthy, when the offensive line was doing their thing, we were running football, we were play action and going deep to Sheed. We were electric. We were the #1 offense in football. But when the line went down, his play went down. When the receivers went down, his play went down. When the tight end room didn't show up until week 9, his play went down. So we understand that we love the ones we like, we hate the ones we hate. But in football, it's a team sport, and what is around you is more important than how we feel in New Orleans.
There's so many other things that go into this. Chris, I'll come to you next. Lil Chris.
Yes.
We all relieved close to $30 million. I think it's like $28.4 million.
30.
What position or player would you go after in free agency? That's what. Yeah, it could be a position or player. I didn't want to throw you on the spot and give me some names, but are you eyeing anybody in free agency you think would be helpful to the team?
Oh, okay. I know a lot of people say Aaron Rodgers, but I'm like, nah, he's too old. He's too old now.
Cost money, that's for sure.
It's
gonna cost.
So, honestly, I mean, looking back, I think the Saints addressed what they needed to address in the draft. They got them an offensive lineman. They got them a defensive lineman. Got them a linebacker. Hopefully, they could be better at stopping the run this year. Because that's very key. And also in the draft, I know this will sound kind of crazy, but Alvin Kamara, he's still a good running back and stuff like that. But I feel like while he's still good right now, I feel like we should have went for a younger running back. Maybe because whenever Alvin Kamara gets older, we may not have the trade value to get him no more.
You talking about a younger free agent, like, because we did draft Neal from Kansas, which he's not experiencing in the NFL. Yeah. So you're talking about like looking on a veteran.
Yeah,
and I mean we do have Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I think he's a servable back.
Right.
So if you ask me, I would really look at wide receiver, just because. And really a big wide receiver just off the nature, Chris, of CL. And I never call him Chris just because you hear
it's great.
CL off the nature of what we need.
Well, ironically today we signed Donovan Peoples-Jones, 6'2", 200-pound wide receiver. And the reason why I give you his mentions is because, lately we have had conversations about having the same type of wide receiver. I think we're addressing the need as it comes, and obviously we weren't able to get a wide receiver in the draft because we were so busy knocking it out the park with the other needs that we needed and addressed. But I think it's a reason to be hopeful because we got money to play with, baby. We got money to play with, and however you feel, however you think about it, Derek Carr is the reason.
Derek Carr, I mean, and Chris is a little lighter. I did it again. CL is a little lighter on most of, because we got another Chris on here. That's probably what's happening.
Yes.
Right.
CL's a little lighter on Derek Carr than most of the journalists in the city.
Absolutely agree.
He's lighter on it, and I understand why, because he's looking at the capital. And we do have the pick of the litter capital. We could go do a 1 or 2 year deal with somebody, north of $10 million that can be a servable back. And let's be a back or wide receiver or whomever, just somebody that'll suit the team, right? But then in addition to that, fellas, you also have a situation where you have some older players on this team that's trying to see goal.
Right.
And you've had teams that flipped. You had teams that may have been 2-15 the season before. Well, damn, that's pretty bad. That is bad. Or had a losing record, should I say.
Right.
Right? You've had teams do that and then come back in 2 or 3 years and go deep in the playoffs.
Right.
So this may be a situation, because let's be honest, 2018 CL was that was the closest I think we've been since 09. So I do look at it like that too, fellas. Like, are they really trying to? I mean, you can't go too far with a young quarterback. So that's why the Aaron Rodgers thing is not crazy.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and I get it. And I've always been a component of having a veteran quarterback on a roster just to calm things down, just to give things in perspective to young men, that hasn't, I can sit back and look and see that, hey, we don't have a quarterback on this roster that has a win in the NFL.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Once again, I bring up the Derek Carr situation, Derek Carr was the reason why we had 5 wins last year. It's plain and simple. Without Derek Carr, maybe we don't even have those wins that we got because Rattler, in the 5 games that he started, he didn't get a win.
Yeah,
same offensive line, same running back, same wide receivers. So it's just how you look at it. I do believe that moving forward, the situation is positive because with this influx of money being generated and given back to us by Derek Carr, what about if that's the initiative to bring Trey Hendrickson back home to New Orleans?
It's like it says, those little bitty areas, little Chris, right? That you could bring a surefire defensive end. You could bring a lockdown. You could bring somebody in like Ashanti Samuel on a 1 or 2 year deal. Absolutely. So that's kind of why I'm looking at it in that perspective. So for Kellen Moore, this has to be a great situation.
Absolutely.
Because now he's building his team. So what you think Kellen Moore, I guess, this is a guy that just won a Super Bowl.
Yes.
So what do you think is his next move in regards to free agency?
I think he should maybe go after like a veteran or two, just to help the young guys out, give them, some experience, like, help them, teach them like how life is in the NFL and stuff in that nature.
So you saying like bringing a guy on defense, maybe bringing a guy like a receiver or a veteran wide receiver, something like that on offense. What you say?
I got a guy, Fave. How about we bring in Justin Tucker?
Hey.
And for all the people that don't know who Justin Tucker is, he's probably the best kicker in the last 10 years of football.
Arguably ever.
Right. The Baltimore Ravens decided to move on from him. He's currently right now a free agent. I like competition at every position. I would like to have Justin Tucker come in and battle with Groupie. Did I say his name?
Groupie.
Blake Groupie, yeah.
Blake Groupie. I would like to have him, on a serious note, I would like to have him come in and battle for him. Since we have a little extra change, let's have competition at every position. Let's not just give it away to Groupie this year.
And that's something Coach Kellen Moore might be thinking about, bringing in competition at that position.
Right.
And if you look at this team in the last 2 years, how many games we've lost by a point? By 3 points, by 2 points.
That Green Bay game. We don't lose that Green Bay game if Groupie hits that field goal at the end.
Yeah, man, that was 2 years ago.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was at Lambeau.
And we was up 17-0 in that ball game as well.
Don't remind me.
I remember that game. Man, that's a good point. It's Inside the Trenches, baby. We live here at the Loyola Studios. Again, shouts out to Robert Wolfe Construction and Real Estate for sponsoring this segment. We got, we're going to call him Little Homie, but our student co-host in the building today, Chris, we've been calling him Little Chris Ponce, who says he's going to be here with us the whole summer, so y'all be seeing him again helping us do a little commentary. So, CL, I'm going to come to you on this next one. When you start thinking about long-term rebuild for the Saints, restructure strategy, you still thinking of this year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I definitely do. Just for the simple fact is, we know the last 2 years, the Tampa Bay Bucks have won the division.
That's right.
But we also know it hasn't been by much. 1 game, 2 game wins you the NFC South. Mm-hmm. How confident are you in Bryce Young?
I mean, now that I'm a little more confident in it.
Okay,
absolutely.
So a little more confident doesn't win them division. It just makes them just a little more better.
Yeah.
Thank you, see. Thank you, see. It just makes them a little more better. Mm-hmm. So you go to the Atlanta Falcons. You know, they're still dealing with trying to get Cousins off the books, 100. So they have a $180 million backup. That's why they had to do that flim-flam in the draft to try to get 2 impact players because of the lack of the draft picks and because of lack of money being able to sign free agency now that they have a $180 million backup. So with that being said, I don't see Atlanta progressing too much forward than what they've been. Moving on to Tampa, we'll say the New Orleans Saints. We're all right there in that lexicon of 8 and 9, 9 and 8, winning the division. Look at the history of it.
Yeah, the division has been a toss-up. I mean, let's be real. Since Drew Brees retired, when you had Drew Brees, Matt Ryan, you already knew Cam Newton.
Right.
You already knew that this division was rocking because you were so elite at quarterback. Now you're at a situation where everybody's in a rebuild. I mean, you got to commend Coach Liam Cohen, who is now the head coach at Jacksonville.
Yep.
What he was able to do with Tampa Bay last year with Baker Mayfield, I thought it was night and day with him. You look across the league and look at some improvements Carolina made in the offseason in the draft. I think Atlanta is probably the biggest threat just because they have a lot of electrifying players on their team at all positions. But to CL's point, it is a toss-up division. Now, here's the thing. You seem very confident about that. One thing that those other teams have is quarterbacks that won NFL games.
True that.
Right? So is what Lil Chris talking about far-fetched? Will we take a serious look? Because who's ever the quarterback, I'm going to tell you right now, if we come out of this summer and the Saints had made no moves on quarterback, they're going into fall ball with their eye on somebody. Is it their rookie that they just drafted they have a lot of faith in? Is it Spencer Rattler because he's probably a more prototypical today's quarterback in terms of speed and movement?
Right.
So that's my question to you, Lil Chris. Do we look at Aaron? I mean, because the market for quarterbacks is bad. They don't really have much. Aaron Rodgers could come in and win something for you right now.
I think he can definitely win some games.
Yeah.
Well,
Some games-
especially with this roster, like
Okay.
a healthy roster, probably. Now, am I saying we like Super Bowl contenders? I don't think so. But maybe potentially like winning the division or something like that. I think I could see something like that happening.
Is this? Go
Nah,
ahead.
nah, I'm off the Aaron Rodgers. I never really was on it. I respected his game. Aaron Rodgers hasn't really done anything football-wise in the past 2 years.
You trying to trade for a backup?
If I was to trade for someone, it would be me bringing Jameis back to New Orleans.
Jameis.
As far as
That's not a bad
well,
option.
here.
yeah, and I don't have a problem with Jameis coming back to New Orleans if y'all just have to have a veteran quarterback. But me personally, while we're still in the Brock Purdy era, I would
go.
like to give all the
There you go.
quarterbacks that I have on my roster now a chance to show us what they can do. Because with this new offensive line, I want to see what Rat-Tat can do. I realize he didn't win a game for us last year, but the offensive line he played in front of was shot. Yes. I get that. I want to see what the rookie can do. It's not a surprise that we drafted the oldest, most pro-ready quarterback in this year's draft. I would like to see what he does behind the first offensive line. So before we go jumping the gun, let's see what we got in-house in this Brock Purdy era. Please.
So for my Baton Rouge viewers and everybody who's tuning in across the world, here's what I mean by Brock Purdy
Yeah.
era. So basically, he was a Mr. Irrelevant. He was the last pick in the draft.
Yes.
With good coaching and some injuries, he was able to slide in and earn a starting position, took the team deep in the playoffs, and is right now in the middle of negotiating a contract. That can happen, but a lot of that's going to ride on Kellen Moore. Now, Kellen Moore is a great coach. I like what he did out in Dallas. He was under the tutelage of Coach Staley for a little while. Everything was moving smooth with him. Just won a Super Bowl. So he may have been watching this kid from Louisville for a while and may think that there's an opportunity for him there. But we definitely going to talk about this a little more. I know we got to talk a little Pels the last segment. We might do a little bit of Saints just because we didn't really get into the roster. This Derek Carr thing does kind of linger in the other segments, so we're going to definitely have to look at the roster. It's Inside the Trenches, baby, and we are having ourselves one heck of a show. We got Lil Chris in here representing CL NOLA. Man, I'm loving the energy in here, and the energy only gets better from here because we'll be joined by linebacker from the Dallas Cowboys. We'll be joined by Damone Clark. He's going to join us via Zoom. We got to talk about his off-season training and everything he's doing, getting ready for the football season. 2019 LSU national champion. Ooh. Oh, man, we got so much to get into with the homie. It's Inside the Trenches, and once again, we want to thank Robert Wolfe Construction and Real Estate right there, 143 Lapalco Boulevard in Gretna, Louisiana. Hit Robert Wolfe up, their crew, if you're looking for, you need a new roof, you need to do some construction to your house, even if it's light construction. And, hey, once again, as I mentioned to y'all earlier, they have great deals on house elevations. We in a Bayou, baby. We got to sit up. Call them at 504-393-2445 and let them know that you heard about them right here on Inside the Trenches. Y'all don't go anywhere, baby. When we come back, we'll be joined by Damone Clark, LSU Tiger, Dallas Cowboys. It's Inside the Trenches right here on ESPN Baton Rouge, live at Loyola, baby. Hello.
That was a great segment.
Appreciate that, dog. Good job. You did a good job.
North Causeway in the heart of Metairie. Come check us out at MonteroMotors.com.
Montero Motors, a proud sponsor of Inside the Trenches, ESPN New Orleans.
Hello, I'm Shelton Jordan with Lamarque Ford Crescent City. If you are in need of a commercial vehicle, I'm here to help. From F-150s to Super Duty trucks or chassis, to cargo vans, passenger vans, or if you're in need of a vehicle to be upfitted, we can build it especially for you. Or if you're looking for a truck or SUV, I can also help you at Lamarque Ford Store in Kenner. Feel free to call me at 504-734-3579 and ask for Shelton. Lamarque Crescent City Ford is a proud partner of Inside the Trenches on ESPN.
Wolfe, if you are in need of construction or real estate services, project management services, give us a call at 504-393-2445.
Well, hello. Like Rob just said, hit up Robert Wolfe Construction and Real Estate for your real estate and construction needs. And let them know you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with Marlon Favorite on ESPN New Orleans. Hello, somebody.
Hi, it's Alberto Montero. We got a great selection of vehicles in and out of here on a daily basis. We offer financing, all Carfaxes are online, and all our vehicles are serviced and inspected before sale. Best selection and prices in all of the New Orleans metro area. Come visit us today at 1512 North Causeway in the heart of Metairie. Come check us out at MonteroMotors.com.
Montero Motors, a proud sponsor of Inside the Trenches, ESPN New Orleans.
Hello, I'm Shelton Jordan with Lamarque Crescent City Ford. If you are in need of a commercial vehicle, I'm here to help. From F-150s to Super Duty trucks or chassis, to cargo vans, passenger vans, or if you're in need of a vehicle to be upfitted, we can build it especially for you. Or if you're looking for a truck or SUV, I can also help you at Lamarque Ford Store in Kenner. Feel free to call me at 504-734-3579 and ask for Shelton. Lamarque Crescent City Ford is a proud partner of Inside the Trenches on ESPN.
Inside the Trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the Trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Hello, somebody. Welcome back to Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon BIGFAV Favorite. And my next guest really needs no introduction, especially if if you're from the Bayou at least. Wore number 18 at LSU. From there, he was drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. My next guest is none other than the homie, Damone Clark. Damone, what's good, baby?
What's good with the Big Bay? How you doing, bro?
Man, all is well, man. I got the homie CL NOLA in here. We got one of our interns in here as well. He's co-hosting Chris with us, man. So welcome to the show, bro. Glad to finally get you on.
Welcome, brother.
Man, appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Sure.
For sure. So, man, I was rolling out, leaving the gym on Elite that was on Saturday. You was rolling in, about to get it in. So you came home, obviously, for Mother's Day weekend and got you a quick workout in. Now, man, tell me what that little quick trip was about.
Man, yeah, like you say, for Mother's Day, man, I want to go home, spend time with my mom, all my kids out there. And anytime I get a chance to go home and spend time with family, man, I'm definitely gonna do it. But I was training with Ken Anio. I've been training with Ken since my sophomore year of high school. You know what I'm saying? So anytime I get a chance to go to the crib and work out or do anything, I'm definitely gonna do it.
That's fire.
Brother Damone, real
Yes,
simple.
Sir.
Tell the people where you're from.
I'm originally from New Orleans, but I moved to Baton Rouge after Hurricane Katrina.
I didn't know that, man, and I've been knowing you for a few years now, bro. So,
yeah,
Chris, that's a two-part for your question. Yeah.
Well, the only reason why, the only reason why I know that because Lump in the barbershop, he talked about you since day one. So shouts out to Lump at the shop. We knew that you were homegrown, and obviously when you went to LSU, we followed your complete journey. What was the reason what made you choose the Fighting Tigers, brother?
Man, growing up watching LSU play, bro, that's something that I always dreamed of playing at LSU, man. So when I actually had the chance to do it, that's like literally, I'm born in New Orleans, but raised in Baton Rouge. So on my locker, on everything, it say Baton Rouge, Louisiana, because I was 5 years old, so I ain't really know too much about New Orleans, to be honest with you. But just my mom's living like 20 minutes away from LSU, getting chances to go to LSU games anytime I did, always watching LSU play on Saturday. I mean, that's something that I wanted to be a part of. And when I got the offer, man, Coach O offered me, and I already knew I wanted to go there, man.
Well, Damone, I want to thank you for making me feel a little older. So when Katrina hit in 2005, that was my red shirt freshman year at LSU. So I was 19.
Damn. Damn.
That's funny, dog. If y'all just tuning in, I'm on with my little bro, Damone Clark. Y'all make sure y'all follow him at D_Clark35. Cool cat, man, works his tail off. Linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys. Man, I'm supposed to be coming out there again, too, with BT. Me and Drake supposed to come out there and work the lineman camp, the pass rush camp.
Yeah,
so I hope
I'm going to be here, man. Hey, I'm going to be here. If I get a chance to pull up, I'll definitely pull up. If I love seeing, like, family come from the crib, man, and just come out here, bro. It's amazing to see, bro. And I see you doing your D-line stuff, too, bro. Major props to you, bro. You don't have a lot of people that's, you know what I'm saying, trying to pour back into the youth, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's something that I feel like we all can do better, you know what I'm saying? But it all comes from the heart, bro. I see you do it from the heart, man. Like, you helping. You could be doing a million other things right now, you know what I'm saying? You could be on NFL Network doing your gig, what you do, you know what I'm saying? But, you do that on top of giving back to the kids, man. Ain't a lot of people that's really doing that, bro. So I give you flowers to that, bro.
Man, that love, bro. I appreciate that, man. And look, you little bro, man. I know you family, bro. I know you from the NOLA, bro. For real.
Yeah. See, a lot of people don't even know that because, like, for myself, like I say, I was 5 years old, bro. So I was young, bro. Right. So like, Baton Rouge really is all I know. You know what I'm saying? My moms and my pops, they know. You know what I'm saying? They know all that. Ninth Ward, they know all that. Yeah. You know, I've learned over the years, but if you ask me anything about Baton Rouge, I can tell it to you. But New Orleans, that's for my moms and my pops.
Right. Well, I knew, brother, and that's why I asked, and that's why it's one of my favorite questions.
When you say Lump, are you talking about Eric?
Yeah.
Bro, that's my cousin.
Yeah, well, he said
Wow,
that. Yeah, he
damn,
said
it's a
that's
small
why.
world.
So that's what I'm
That's
saying,
my
baby.
cousin.
We've been following.
Yeah.
We've been knew your story. You know, from the barbershop. So
That's
we,
tight.
you know, we knew and just obviously, ironically, like I say, Fave does a great job getting the guests in. Every time he get a guest in, it I already know. He could hear the smile on my face over the phone,
real
brother.
talk. Yeah, that's fine.
So happy to have you, brother. Tell us this.
Man,
I'm
appreciate
dying
y'all
to
having me.
know you're born in New Orleans, Louisiana, moved to Baton Rouge after Katrina. You go to LSU. You're on a championship team in LSU. You make it to the Dallas Cowboys. What does it feel like to be from New Orleans and play for the Dallas Cowboys?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, I mean, I grew up watching the Saints play. Like, man, I love the Saints. You know what I'm saying? That's every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? My mom's a cook. You know, we watching the Saints game every Sunday. We go to church, do whatever we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? And we always watch whether they play on Thursday, Sunday, Monday. It don't matter. Like, well, we watching the Saints play. So I grew up watching the Saints, bro. I love the Saints. You know what I'm saying? I love the Cowboys too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cowboys paying the bills, man.
I
So
love them for you,
it's-
baby.
And,
Yeah,
and
it was.
when I was 5, when I was your age, right, the Cowboys was they didn't even play the Saints games when
Right.
we were coming up.
Blackouts.
So that's why I was a Cowboy. I'm still a Cowboys fan. Even So and then when you went there, that just did it for me.
And, right. And Damone, and look, and don't get me wrong, brother. We happy for you, and we're gracious to have you even here supporting us. I'm in Dallas often with Charles Haley and the Tackling Tomorrow Foundation. You being a present Cowboy, we would love to come out. Dak came out last time. Just a connection, and got the word. The first thing I told Dak when he walked up on me, I say, Louisiana boys gonna stick together.
Now, how long it took you to find out that Dak was from Louisiana too? You kind of knew that already?
Yeah, well, not I knew it, but not so much. You know what I'm saying? Because me and Dak really have the same agent, Todd. We got the same agent. So Todd really connected us. You know, when I got drafted, Todd wound up connecting us, and you know, I wound up. You know, I knew who Dak Prescott was, but I really got the opportunity to know who Dak was once I got drafted and once our agent connected us together. And, you know, when I came out here to Dallas and I finally met him at the facility, man, that's been family ever since. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
But he's a good dude. But when I say, bro, somebody that worked hard, man, that dude worked hard, bro. He's the first one in the building. And he's the last one to leave, bro. I know a lot of people say that all the time, but he's not in the building just to be in the building, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. He's not in the building just to be in there, bro. Just to say, hey, I'm here. Like, I'm checking the box off, bro. The way that dude worked, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know a lot of quarterbacks that work like that, bro. If they even work like that. And I'm not saying that because that big bro. I'm not saying that because that's my teammate. I'm speaking of just facts of what I see. You know what I'm saying? That dude work hard, bro. Like, whether it's before practice, after practice, bro, he do so much stuff, bro. And it shocked me sometimes because, you know, you don't see a lot of quarterbacks doing that, bro. Like, quarterbacks trying to make sure they say they shoulder. And, man, Dak ended up doing whatever, like, working. You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy to see, bro, because it's like, bro, that dude worked hard, bro. And if people really saw the work that he put in, you know what I'm saying, some of the stuff that they say about him, bro, you really wouldn't even be saying that, brother. That dude worked hard, bro.
Right.
Well, I've stood next to him, and I can see the TV doesn't do him any justice. He is super thin. Mm-hmm. He's leaned out. I know Dak put in the work for sure.
So, real quick, and if y'all are just tuning in, this Inside the Trenches, we're joined by Dallas Cowboy linebacker Damone Clark. Man, it's a beautiful thing to work with LSU Sports Radio going into my 9th season. And the magic of 2019, I tell people about it all the time. You know, being a recruited senior out of West Jeff High School, checking the 03 team out, and what that was for them, like Dominique Cooper and Skylar Green and all those guys coming back with Nokia phones and cash from the bowl game. I'm like, okay, signed with LSU. We were able to do it in 07. Still in my profession in 11, still bouncing around the NFL. Had a chance to watch that team. To be honest with you, they were probably from a secondary standpoint, probably one of the better teams. But well put together. My favorite coach, and Ed, we go back 2001, 2002. That's my boy. Man, talk to our listeners about that magical run, man, that 2019 year. Because I always get the broadcasting perspective, man, but as a player, what that magic was like.
Bro, it was crazy, bro. Man, we had, man, bro, you know all the people, man. You had Jamar, you had Joe, Clyde, you had Jay Jets, you had Terrence Marshall. Man, you had Thaddeus Moss. Man, you had, like, guys after guys, bro, that was like, defense, you had Grant, you had Jacob Phillips, you had Mike Divinity, Caleb Vaughn, K-Baby, Derek Stingley. Man, I'm sorry if I'm missing anybody, bro, but you had guys like, and I was a young guy on that team, you know what I'm saying? That was my second year. I was a young guy, bro, so having them guys, bro, it was crazy, bro, because I learned so much from them dudes, man, but I knew we was going to be like that once we was in spring ball, bro, like, just the way we was competing on our Saturday scrimmages, and even in fall camp, even in spring ball, bro, the way that we was competing, bro, I was like, bro, we could do something special. And even when we had, it's not called voluntary. What is it called? It was called football school. Coach O called it football school. We would do individual with the coaches and stuff like that, and then the coaches got to go. You know, and it's player led in the way that the coaches used to have to tell us, all right, it's time for y'all boys to go. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's time for y'all boys to go home. In the way that we was all just in there, just competing with each other, man, it was a joy to see, man. Like, being a young guy, I know that season I played, but majority of the time I was on third down pass rushing and stuff like that, which, hey, they had a lot of guys, bro, and you just, like, once you can sit there, I'm a young guy. I'm a sponge. So if you can sit there and you can pick the older guy's brain and those guys actually helping you, bro, that's just going to make you a better ball player. So it was, man, and when I say we all wanted to win, you know, everybody, it didn't matter. Like, yeah, everybody won't start, but when you got in that game, you got your opportunity, bro, everybody make the most of their opportunity. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I always take from it, because we had guys after guys. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, bro, you knew, you know what I'm saying? It was no like, oh, this is the starters right here. It was like, really, bro, like, whoever they put in that game, they're going to go in there and do their thing. I think about guys like Stephon Sullivan. Phony didn't start. You know what I'm saying? You had Joe. I mean, you had Jamar, you had Jets, and you had Terrence Marshall. That was the three receivers that started on time. But you had guys like Racy McMahon, and you had guys like Stephon Sullivan that they got in the game and they made plays just as much as those guys was making plays. And it was the same way on defense. You know what I'm saying? You put Dre in the game, Dre going there and make plays. You put me in the game, I go in there and make plays. You got Patrick Queen. Patrick Queen wasn't even starting when the season first started, but he wound up starting on the back end. You got a lot of guys that when you put them guys in the game, they was going in there and make plays. So it really went like, oh, hey, like I was like, all right, this is the starting guys right here. But at the end of the day, guys, you're not gonna sit there, like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't too many people that's gonna sit there and play the whole game. You know what I'm saying? Just being real. Besides the quarterback and offensive lineman, a select few of positions, you know what I'm saying, that guys not going to sit there and play the whole game. So whether the guys got now, you got 10 reps, you got 50 reps, it don't matter. When you get in the game, everybody was in there just making plays, and that's what made it good for us.
Right. Well, you know, Wednesday is the schedule drop for this year, and they've already kind of dropped the little first game September 4th, the Dallas Cowboys against the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. Tell me, brother, what are your personal goals this year, and what are your personal team goals this year?
Man, for myself, man, I had a rough year last year. You know, things happen when new coaches come in. You know, they bring their own guys in. It's a lot of stuff that I don't just point that in that direction. It was a rough year for me last year, you know, but my goal for myself is just to be the best Damone Clark that I can be. I know that's a broad answer, but that's honestly how I am, man. Like, just last year, you know, I had set goals for myself last year, and I didn't meet my goals that I wanted to set last year. So I'm not taking those goals out of my head. But at the end of the day, I just know as long as I keep being Damone Clark every day, going there, putting the work in, getting 1% better every day, I know I'm gonna get the goals that I want to achieve. You know, and this Jack Marucci,
That's my guy. That's my guy. Shouts out to
Jack
Jack.
Marucci, I'll never forget. And Jack, bro, you can go to Jack about anything. I used to sit in
Facts.
Jack's office and I was telling Jack, yeah, man, I wanted 100 plus time. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I'll never forget that Jack told me this. And when you asked me about goals, in my head, I want to say 100 plus tackles, this and that, that and that. But I remember that Jack told me, bro, don't put no number on it. Like, don't never sit there and put no number on it. Like, obviously you want to achieve it, but don't, because you're going to stress yourself out so much if you don't hit the numbers of whatever it is that you want to achieve. Right. So for myself, I just say be the best Damone Clark that I can be. A lot of time what I do, and bro, it's the God honest truth, bro, I go back and watch my stuff from last year, like self-scout on myself. No one never knows you like you know yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that honestly that I've been doing, you know what I'm saying? Because I had a rough year last. It happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens.
Sure.
Every year, everybody not gonna just, you know what I'm saying? Every year you ain't gonna just, be all pro, all American. Like, that's not gonna happen, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a select few guys that happens, but you go through the highs and the lows. You know what I'm saying? I went through the highs and the lows last year, man. Going through what I went through last year, and I'm not getting away from your question, but going through what I went through last year honestly made me a better man for myself, a better man for my kids. Because, I had all these goals that, I didn't achieve my goals, but that made me get closer to God. That made me believe in God more. You know what I'm saying? And for myself, I'm like, man, I found the church home I finally go to out here. I was watching Healing Place Church in Baton Rouge. I was watching Healing Place. It don't matter if we can play Sunday. We can play, most of the time we play the 325 game. So even if we played the Saints week 2 last year at noon, but as I'm driving to the stadium, I got Healing Place on in my. As I'm driving to the stadium, I'm listening to Healing Place. You know what I'm saying? So I finally got a church home that I go to out here, Church 1132. I go to men's prayer group every Tuesday morning. I got it tomorrow morning at 5:30. It's from 5:30 to 7. 5:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. I go to men's prayer group, and I'm saying it because what I went through last year. I think if I didn't go through that last year, then I probably wouldn't be going. Just being honest with you, just being true to myself. So, I went through what I went through last year, but one thing I do know, you can't have a testimony without a test. And every time you something big finna happen to you, something gonna knock you off your pivot. Every time a blessing finna come, something's going to happen. That's every time, you know what I'm saying? And it took me a long time to, you know what I'm saying? It took me a long time to actually realize that, but like I say, man, I don't put any numbers or anything on it. I just want to be the best version of myself that I can be. And while doing that, letting God light shine through me, because a lot of times last year I was thinking about me. But yeah, I'm a football player. I'm in the NFL, but God gave me this gift. You know what I'm saying? God give everyone gifts, and he gave me a gift to play the game of football to inspire others, and that's something that I know for myself that I want to do better.
No, I'm proud of you. That was big, man. I'm glad you found a church home out there. I'm pretty sure y'all have chapel during the season, stuff like that.
And that's,
so
that's
good.
the only thing that I was doing, but and I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you that's it.
That's something that I feel like I was missing. I watch him, I take notes, I do all that. But just physically being in the Lord's house, bro, that itself is just, bro, it's just, man, you get chills.
Yeah,
I remember, man, K. York, the reason how I go to that church is because K. York was the kicker on the team.
Come on.
The 2019 season.
Yeah.
And
so he took you to Healing Place first?
No, the church out here.
Oh, okay.
Man, K, it was probably 2 or 3 months ago, bro. K just texted me out the blue. It was probably about this time, around 7:30, 8 o'clock, probably 2 or 3 months ago. I know Kay live out here. Kay from Prosper, Texas. So Kay texts me, hey, you in town? I'm like, in town? What you mean? Baton Rouge? I'm thinking he talking about Louisiana. I'm like, Baton Rouge? What you talking? No, I texted. I'm like, yeah, I'm here. And he was like, well, we doing a men's prayer group at 5:30. I'm like, I'm texting back. I'm like, 5:30. I'm like, whoa. That's a little too early, but I wound up going. I'm like, man, I was like, man, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, man, I'm gonna get up and go. So I got up. I went, man. When I say, bro, it's been life changing for me ever since. I got one of my teammates, Izzy. Izzy coming to he come to men's prayer group, and even last week was his first week on. And he every time he saw me this morning, first thing he said, "Hey, Mom, we there tomorrow, huh?" I'm like, oh yeah, we there tomorrow. So it's just, bro, it was powerful, bro, because everybody go through stuff, bro. Like everybody gonna go through stuff in life, man. And just that presence with just men just worshiping God, praying over you, man. That's a phenomenal feeling, bro. Like, and it's powerful, man. And I'm getting goosebumps right now.
Watch the difference, though. Watch it, though. Watch, and I'm gonna speak it into existence. You're gonna have a Pro Bowl type year next year. That's just the way God works, man. So look, we're gonna roll with that. Man, before we let you go, I want to play a little game with you on here. It's called This or That. Now, we all 504-225. We connected all, me and Damone, we lived in Baton Rouge at one point. We still go out there, work, train. We ran each other this weekend. All right, so This or That's the game we about to play. Louisiana edition.
Come on.
Gumbo or jambalaya?
Gumbo.
Straight up. Mardi Gras Essence Fest.
Mardi Gras.
Okay, all right. Oh, okay, this probably easy too. Fredo Bangs or NBA Youngboy?
The Youngboy.
Okay, all right. Because I know
honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I listen to Youngboy and Fredo Bang, but to be honest with you, like, if for me, I listen to the old Lil Wayne and the old Hot Boy. I'm just being real with you.
That's
what I listen to. Like, that's what I listen to. Like, one thing, and like I can say, Gunna. I listen to Gunna, the old Hot Boys, and the old Lil Wayne, bro. I listen to them, bro. I'm telling you, like
the dedications and the squads and stuff.
Man, bro, I'm
that's
talking
football
about,
music,
all
boy.
that.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite, bro.
Yeah.
My favorite song. When I say, bro, I turn this song on every day. Is "Who Wanna" by Lil Wayne, bro.
Who Wanna?
Like,
Who
Wanna?
Who Wanna? Yeah, I remember that. Oh, yeah, he was rolling on that. Yeah, he got a catalog. Tune got a catalog.
And like, and with me going through what I was going through last year, man, like "Receipt" by Lil Wayne, I listened to "Receipt," man. Look, he said you got to hold on to your receipt.
Yeah, I like that.
Saying in my head, I'm like, everybody, like, you know what I'm saying? And that made me get off social media, bro. Like,
that's
cool. Just so negative. But I'm telling you, like, I hold on to my receipts, bro. So, like, for me, I had to clarify. If I listen to anything by Youngboy, it'll be the older Youngboy.
The older Youngboy, I'm telling you, that still give me yeah.
It's been real. Like, I listen to the older Youngboy. So, like, guys that's not from Louisiana, just being honest with you, they typically listen to Youngboy more than some of the guys that's from Louisiana. Like, guys from Louisiana obviously listen to Youngboy, but for me, like, I listen to a Youngboy, but it'll be the older Youngboy if I even listen to it, because I know, like, for myself, like, in the morning time, I tell myself I'm not listening to nothing but praise and worship.
That's you got to. Well, football practice, like, game time, I got to turn up, but in the morning,
that's what I'm saying.
Balance. It's all about balance.
I'm listening to Christian music, praise and worship music, because last year it was rough for me last year. I'm gonna be real with you, and I can, bro. One of my it's a big brother to me. His name Malik Hooker. When I started safety,
I know Malik.
Hook stayed right around the corner from me, and me and Hooker, I ride with him, but he ride with me. It don't, man. When I say, it was a rough time for me last year. I had to mature myself.
So it was adjusting to the coaching staff last year, like just all that put together. Yeah, I've been there before, man. I feel you, bro.
It was tough. It was tough, man. So, like, I'm be honest with you. What I just said about listening to praise and work, man, when it was so rough last year, I used to literally sit there and I'll turn on Youngboy because I'm finna go to the facility. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, you can't go on. Yeah, you can't go on there like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of growth that I made within myself, man. Because, like, at the end of the day, bro, like, football is what I do. It ain't who I am.
Hello, somebody.
You know, I had to honestly, I had to realize that myself. You know what I'm saying? So with that, everybody they got the people that's sitting on the sofa, they're gonna coach from the couch. You know what I'm saying? But you can't sit there and, you know what I'm saying, just feed into that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why for myself, like, if any social media I use, it'll be Instagram more than anything. But even with Instagram, I'm gonna be honest with you, I barely post on Instagram. Because I'm not a social media guy, and I know, like, the direction and what I want to go in,
Mm-hmm.
you know, sometimes you can't even get on that stuff because like people gonna be commenting. Bro, BIGFAV, you deal with it, man. You see guys deal with it, bro. Like people gonna comment crazy stuff under your pictures, like you know what I'm saying. You see it. People can sit there and say that they don't, bro. You see it, bro. Like
you can't help but see it.
You know what I'm saying, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like you know what I'm saying. You see that stuff. You know what I'm saying. So that's why with me, like I'm like, man, if I use any social media platform, it's going to be Instagram. But even with Instagram, I don't even use Instagram like that because I'm not a social media person. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, so it's just like, man, I know I started ranting, bro. I don't know how you asked me about Young Boy Fredo Bang.
Oh, because we was going
this
and that. And look, we're almost done. Jack in the Box or Wheeler Stissel.
Man, you good, man. You can ask me what you want, but Jack in the Box, I get the loaded breakfast sandwich. Every time I go, look, bro,
I like the
loaded breakfast sandwich, man, bro. That's undefeated, bro. You can get that any time of the day.
Now this next one tough. I'm gonna go music 2 more. Boosie or Webby?
Boosie.
Catalog,
Boosie. Hey, that old Boosie, bro. I ain't gonna lie, now Boosie and Webby together.
I'm gonna say Webby, dog. Webby did Savage like 1 and 2, and that one they did the Savage like 1 and 2. Like you take Boosie's best 2 albums and Webby's best 2. That Savage like 1 was just different, bro.
Even with Boosie, bro, if I'm listening to anything, it's gonna be the older Boosie.
Yeah, that's right.
My favorite song by Boosie is I Know. Like, bro,
that one cold.
I'm telling you, bro. Like, I listen to all genres of music. I listen to everything. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing like just rap music, but if I had to pick, I have to say Boosie because I ain't with Boosie.
I'm with that.
They both. I ain't gonna lie. Both of they old music, bro. It's undefeated. So
undefeated, bro. Them some classics,
They better. In my opinion, they better together because it's hard to try to sit here and really pick one. But if I had to pick, that Savage like it is.
That Savage like 1, bro. That was different. I can't lie to you.
It was. I ain't gonna lie. It was different. It is different.
Well, man, I know you got some team obligations. We're not going to hold you too long, brother. Thank you so much for chopping it up with me and CL. You know we got to get you back on, man.
Hey, bro, like I say, bro, it wasn't a coincidence that we ran into each other.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's just another opportunity for me to use my platform. You know what I'm saying? I remember I'm getting my cleats out the trunk because I'm about to work out with Ken. You pulled up. You like, Damone, what's up, bro? He's like, what's up, bro? I'm like, hey, what's good? He's like, hey, I got to get you on the pod. I'm like, send it to me. I'm like,
say less.
I'm like, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, just send it to me. Like, I got you, man. So, man, I appreciate y'all for having me, man. And like I say, whenever you want me to jump back on, bro, just let me know, bro.
Man, you got it, man. He's Damone Clark, number 33 for the Dallas Cowboys. Y'all make sure y'all follow him at
I'm 18 now, bro.
My bad.
We said that earlier.
He went to 18. The number that he wore at LSU, when you get granted that number. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, 18 it is.
Hey, and it's crazy. Let me tell you this right quick. So, my first 2 years at LSU, I was 35.
Mm-hmm.
My second 2 years, I was 18. My first 2 years with the Cowboys, I was 33. My first year, last year, I wore 18, and it was a roller coaster year. My third year at LSU, that COVID year, you had, I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I had to go back to school another year. That fourth year, the rest is history. I did my thing at LSU my senior year.
Right.
My fourth year. I'm going to my fourth year right now. That's how I sit there and think. I'm just be honest with you. That's really how I sit there and think, bro. Like I'm like, bro, it's everything. It's not a coincidence. It's divine appointment. Everything is divine appointment, and I sit there and tell myself that because I'm big in my mind. Like I'm always in my own head, and my cousin, Lump, he tell me the same thing. He like, cuz, bro, I can call him right now. He like, cuz, bro, just. Like, let it go, bro. That's something that I struggle with. That's
right.
That sound like you.
Yeah, he like, cuz, just let it go, bro. He like, let it go, bro. Like, just do your thing, bro. Let it go. And that's something that I've been working on within myself this off season with not being in my head all the time. But that's something that I'm actually, you speak it to existence. Like, I appreciate you saying that earlier because I know like this year, bro, it's up. Like a lot of people sleeping on me. Guess what? They keep sleeping.
Keep sleeping.
That's how I look at it.
I'm gonna wake you up.
'Cause that,
So
the same
number
thing
18,
happened.
y'all. Number 18. Y'all make sure y'all follow him at D_Clark35. Man, love your boy. Keep up the good work.
Oh, one more thing. My bad.
No, you good. Hey, we good.
Also, I'm doing I was reading over the questions, and one thing that I'm doing to give back to the community on June 14th, I think it's from 9 to 11. I'm doing my first annual camp in Baton Rouge at Memorial Stadium.
Okay.
So the reason why I picked Memorial Stadium is because it's right there close by South Baton Rouge, because that's the neighborhood that I want to help Baton Rouge in general, but really South Baton Rouge is right there by Memorial Stadium.
Right.
And I grew up playing with the South Baton Rouge Jaguar, and we played at Memorial Stadium. So one of the reasons why I picked Memorial Stadium is because it's right there, and people from South Baton Rouge is actually able to, come to the camp, and it's a free camp. Man, I just, any way I can get to, help the kids, I can't sit there and I'm gonna just help, this particular person. It's from ages, I want to say 5 to 13.
Okay, you're gonna go young kids. Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing. So I the link is on my Instagram page. The flyer is on my Instagram page. I'm gonna post it again. But man, that's just something that it's going on my 4th year in the league. I've been wanting to give back, but I didn't want to rush anything. And my big bro, Ken Anio, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what I'd be able to do without Ken, bro. Ken Anio, man, when I say everything, bro, that's blood couldn't make us no closer, man. That dude, like, he helped me with everything, like from picking my agent to, man, making sure all my stuff straight off the field, man, everything, bro. Ken Anio, man, he and Coach Aaron Sutton, man, they helped me with my camp, man. So that's guys like that's been doing everything. Honestly, I'm in a group message with them, but they really the ones doing everything. So I can't sit there and take the credit, but I'm doing the camp. It's June 14th from 9 to 11 at Memorial Stadium. I'm doing the camp. The link is in my bio, so it's free. We're gonna have prizes and everything. I just want the kids to have fun. Right. I want to, man. It's a free camp. I just been telling them, man, sign up for it, man. I just want to be able to bless the community in which I grew up in.
Well, man, I'm gonna make sure I share that on our page. Me and CL gonna be there. Some assistant coaches. I'm gonna make sure I'm scheduled that day, bro. Well, man, thank you so much again. Hey, y'all remember that camp is coming is June 14th. You could go to his Instagram at D_Clark35. It's right there. Free registration. Inside the Trench is going to be in the building. I'm going to have Conquer Sports coaches out there. We're going to support this young man because he won't give back. And we got to do the same thing in Dallas, too. So I'm with it all.
Definitely.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely.
I'm going to go right there by my sister in them neighborhood.
Whatever, any way that I can help, man, I want to be able to help because to get to the point to where I'm at right now.
We just lost him. The computer disconnected, but y'all make sure y'all go on his page at D_Clark35. Sign up for that free camp, and we're gonna make sure we get him back on again for this one. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back here. That was a great interview, right here on Inside the Trenches on ESPN Baton Rouge. Hello, somebody.
This is Robert Wolfe. If you are in need of construction or real estate services, project management services, give us a call at 504-393-2445.
Well, hello. Like Rob just said, hit up Robert Wolfe Construction and Real Estate for your real estate and construction needs. And let them know you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with Marlon Favorite on ESPN New Orleans. Hello, somebody.
Hi, it's Alberto Montero. We got a great selection of vehicles in and out of here on a daily basis. We offer financing. All Carfaxes are online, and all our vehicles are serviced and inspected before sale. Best selection and prices in all of the New Orleans metro area. Come visit us today at 1512 North Causeway in the heart of Metairie. Come check us out at MonteroMotors.com.
Montero Motors, a proud sponsor of Inside the Trenches, ESPN New Orleans.
Hello, I'm Shelton Jordan with Lamarque Ford City Ford. If you are in need of a commercial vehicle, I'm here to help. From F-150s to Super Duty trucks or chassis, to cargo vans, passenger vans, or if you're in need of a vehicle to be upfitted, we can build it especially for you. Or if you're looking for a truck or SUV, I can also help you at Lamarque Ford Store in Kenner. Feel free to call me at 504-734-3579 and ask for Shelton. Lamarque Crescent City Ford is a proud partner of Inside the Trenches on ESPN.
Well, welcome back to Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon BIGFAV Favorite. We want to thank our guest, Damone Clark, for coming on the show. Dallas Cowboy, LSU Tiger. Talk a little bit of football season with us. We went over some LSU memories. He has his camp coming up June 14th in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at Memorial Stadium. I actually have the information in my stories. If y'all go to @BigFave504, it is there, and we want to thank him once again for coming on the show. We also want to take this time to thank our sponsor, Health Nut System.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Kendra, everything that she's done for us. Y'all be checking my little morning six-pack pictures out and stuff on them. That's all her products, all natural. Make sure y'all check out stillbody.org. CL, you on the Still Body?
Yeah, I'm just waiting to show y'all the results. That's all.
You see, you rocking his little
Doctor
jacket.
gave me the regimen. Doctor told me no more king cakes. It's number 10 miles on the leg and a shake. That's about it.
And a shake, little fruit smoothie. And sticking around with us a little longer, we got little Chris with us, Chris Ponce.
Yeah, you're right.
Chris gonna help us talk about this next deal, y'all. So let's go ahead and get straight to it. NBA, baby. The draft order has been released. It appears that the Pels pick 7. And
coincidentally.
CL, I know you have a lot to say about this. What's your thoughts on 7, man? You might land somebody you want at 7?
Honestly, there's a tremendous drop-off from Cooper Flagg and then Ron Harper's son at maybe number 2, and then there's a tremendous drop-off from there. I would have to do more research. Obviously I'm in football mode right now. I just don't see it. You never know who we could get, because who would have knew that Yves Nisi would have been Rookie of the Year, in my opinion, this year for the Pelicans. But we were all in for that first pick. We didn't get it. Here we go.
Chris, what's your thoughts on the Pels at that pick? You think? I mean, we do have a new GM in Joe Dumars, so his scouting process may be a bit different from David Griffin. So your thoughts on what direction we may go with 7? It could be a position, it could be a player.
Yes. I would probably look more of a guard for sure. As CJ is getting older and stuff of that nature. And we do have some pretty good bigs. I don't know what they're going to do with Zion, but at the moment, we still have Zion.
Yeah.
And we have Misi, the great rookie we have.
Right.
And I just think, I just think we need a true point guard.
Yeah. And I feel you see, and the crazy part about it is, if we would have gotten the first round, number 1 overall pick, we would have brought Cooper Flag in. The fact that we didn't get the first round pick, now the rumors will continue to spread around Zion maybe being on the block, even though we've heard that Giannis has decided to accept the trade if there's something that can be put together. I'm not sure if we have enough firepower to go get a Giannis, but that would be one guy plus something else we would need, because I wouldn't swap them straight up.
Yeah, just to kind of look at the teams and in the draft order, I want to say, does the Brooklyn Nets have the first pick?
Oh no, it's
Charlotte. No,
it's Dallas, right?
Dallas
the
has the
Mavericks
first
have the
pick.
first pick.
San
Yeah.
Antonio, Philly, and then Charlotte. So I'm assuming Dallas is gonna go ahead.
Well,
and
I mean, and God protects fools and babies, right?
Yeah.
Nico, the GM for the Dallas Mavericks, who were forced to trade Luka, the Lord has shined on him to get that first round pick. Now he brings in Cooper Flag to go with Kyrie. So Dallas doesn't have to blow it all up now and start all over. So how lucky is the Dallas faithful right now, feeling like they were turned on with the trade of Luka, but now getting the number 1 overall pick, of course, being Cooper Flag.
And don't forget, they still have Anthony Davis as well.
And
so
they still have Anthony
some
Davis.
power up there in Dallas.
They do. So talk about that. Like, I mean, maybe what the owner was trying to do made it work different. Because, I mean, think about it. You just trade Luka over. It just so happened after all that went down.
Unless you want to get into conspiracy theories. I just don't do this. Is inside the trenches.
Right.
We don't do that. That's on the outside. We don't do that. So just know that the law protects babies and fools. And the Dallas Mavericks have the number 1 overall pick in this year's draft. How lucky can you be?
I mean, how lucky can you be? Boy.
Because after the Luka trade, Nika Harrison, he caught a lot of
season tickets went down just to go right back up.
Yes.
Ah, man. It's,
think of it.
Oh, no, it's going back up because, I mean, Cooper Flag is, I mean, you can't.
He's box office.
Now he can play the wing, and that's what I'm saying. He can come in. He doesn't have to be the guy. Say he went to Portland or he went to the Nets. He doesn't have to be the man. He can stand out in that corner, let Kyrie do what he do, and let AD do what he do down low.
Absolutely.
I'm on CBSSports.com. No, that does, man. I like that. I'm on CBSSports.com, and I'm just kind of looking at some of the top draft prospects. I mean, I usually have football brain, too, because that's what my mind is. But, I mean, the NBA Finals, I'm interested in the Ant-Man, seeing what's going to happen.
Right.
I mean, with Curry being injured, how this series is going to shape up. I mean, the East is typically, whatever, but the Knicks look like they're trying to, now that it's rough, they're kind of playing a little football out there. So, the NBA, like, we got to make this exciting. So I thought that was cool. But to you guys' point, freshman Cooper Flag looks like he's going to be going to Dallas, right, off the board. Rutgers has Ron Harper's son, Dylan Harper. He's second prospect to CL's point on there. You have Ace Bailey, another Rutgers player. By the way, all these guys are freshmen that we're talking about. So you have, just to go down to 5, you have Trey Johnson from Texas. He balled out. So, I mean, you have some guys, I think back to the Final Four, some of these names that were really sticking out like a sore thumb. For New Orleans, I know you had mentioned point guard Dylan Harper, suitable point guard, may fall down there, right? You still have a couple of shooting guards. You also have, this guy's name is all over the place, Illinois.
I'm not even ready.
Caparso, Jacuris, whatever, Illinois freshman, 6'6", point guard. So, to your point, I mean, they have some suitable guys here available at 7 that, if they do have to go that direction.
What's crazy is we've dealt with so many injuries in New Orleans. We forget that D. Murray is coming back.
Correct.
Off of injury. Correct. We're forgetting that Herb Jones is coming back off
Right.
of injury. We're forgetting that Murphy Jr. is coming back off of injury.
Yes.
So I believe we have all the pieces in place.
agree.
We just need a complimentary guy. Maybe we do need, to your point, C, maybe we do need a second string point guard because in the West, Alvarado is a little bit, and I love Alvarado. I have an Alvarado jersey. It's just that when we play defense in the West, the guards tend to be a little bit bigger. You know, think about it. Cooper Flagg is going to the West. Imagine if he would have went to the East. You know, it would have made a difference. But he's going to the West, so once again, they're bigger in the West. West teams seem to get better every year
that's real.
compared to East teams that kind of stay kind of in that average wave. So I'm happy that we have a pick at number 7, and this is what we've never thought of, and I just thought of it 2 seconds ago. What about we trade Zion or we trade these guys? We have picks from that Drew Holiday trade.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the Bucks don't have picks because we have them from the Holiday trade. Maybe we coop that up. We Cox bundle that up, not to give any plugs, and we move up to go get Harper, and we move up to go get Cooper
Not the
Flagg.
bundle.
You know, so there's so many things that's possible. But with the head coach still being an uncertainty,
It's a lot of moving parts.
it's a lot of moving parts.
Well,
Thank
we will continue to pay attention to the Pelicans and the NBA Finals and all of this stuff. I love all the excitement for sure. You know, as a couple. Boston. 64-51. Boston is trying to run a Boston hand on them out there.
Garden.
It is inside the trenches. Y'all don't go anywhere. We want to thank Health Nut System once
Thank
again.
you.
The smart way to fuel performance. Explore stillbody.org for more information. It's Inside the Trenches, baby, right here on ESPN Baton Rouge. Y'all don't go anywhere. When we come back, let's go around the NFL. What's going on with OTAs? What's going on in free agency? What the Saints doing, baby? We coming right back
the Saints?
on Inside the Trenches. Hello, somebody.
This is Robert Wolfe. If you are in need of construction or real estate services, project management services, give us a call at 504-393-2445.
Well, hello. Like Rob just said, hit up Robert Wolf Construction and Real Estate for your real estate and construction needs. And let them know you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with Marlon Favorite on ESPN New Orleans. Hello, somebody.
Hi, it's Alberto Montero. We got a great selection of vehicles in and out of here on a daily basis. We offer financing. All Carfaxes are online, and all our vehicles are serviced and inspected before sale. Best selection and prices in all of the New Orleans metro area. Come visit us today at 1512 North Causeway in the heart of Metairie. Come check us out at MonteroMotors.com.
Montero Motors, a proud sponsor of Inside the Trenches, ESPN New Orleans.
Hello, I'm Shelton Jordan with Lamarque Ford Crescent City. If you are in need of a commercial vehicle, I'm here to help. From F-150s to Super Duty trucks or chassis, to cargo vans, passenger vans, or if you're in need of a vehicle to be upfitted, we can build it especially for you. Or if you're looking for a truck or SUV, I can also help you at Lamarque Ford Store in Kenner. Feel free to call me at 504-734-3579 and ask for Shelton. Lamarque Crescent City Ford is a proud partner of Inside the Trenches on ESPN.
Inside the Trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Well, welcome back, beautiful people. It's Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon BIGFAV Favorite, and this is our last segment already. I guess time does fly when you are having a good time. We want to take this time to thank Lamarque Ford Crescent City for their support of the show. Any subcontractors, contractors out there looking for new utility vehicles, new work videos, call Fleet Manager Shelton Jordan at 504-734-3579. Tell them that you heard about them right here on Inside the Trenches. I mean, tons of projects coming up here, not only in the New Orleans area, but throughout the state. I know our audience is statewide, so I encourage everybody to hit them up. Again, that number is 504-734-3579, and let them know that you heard about them right here on Inside the Trenches. Well, it's time for us to go around the league, baby. It's OTAs, rookie mini camps are in the books. They had Mason Graham out there throwing up at practice.
Come on.
He's like, oh, I got to get in shape. You know, Shador's trying to get in the mix out there as well. There's so many different things going on. I want to start out far west, y'all. I want to go to Seattle first.
Okay.
Somebody we're familiar with is Clint Kubiak. He is now the new OC out there. He have himself a team ready to roll. When you think about this team, even how Kubiak was here on this, you know, we struggled in the red zone.
Right.
Incidentally speaking, and we see that's something that they're working on in Seattle, red zone efficiency. Your thoughts on the new Seattle offense?
I think it's a wait-to-see situation. They're bringing over Sam Darnold, giving him the big contract, moving on from Geno, moving on from Pete Carroll. I think it's a wait-to-see situation in Seattle. Moving on from DK Metcalf, moving on from Lockett, you know, just kind of purging their nucleus from the beginning. So, you know, wanting to see what a Jigba would do as a true number one without DK on the other side. Wanting to see what Walker could do at running back, you know, with not having the compliments on the outside. Really a curious situation in Seattle, I must say.
I want to switch gears with you, Lil Chris, in terms of around the league. A lot of hype has been around Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns. That is one interesting quarterback room. I mean, just to say the least, right?
Yes, absolutely.
You have a experienced guy in Joe Flacco. He already touched 40.
40 P.
Just a situation, I mean, they're going to cut ties eventually with Deshaun Watson. I mean, the writing is on the wall. Obviously, he had a major injury. So now it's the power of three, right? You got Kenny Pickens, you have Dylan Gabriel, and you have Shedeur Sanders. If you were to just wave a magic wand and boom, it's September 10th, who's the starter?
Ooh, out of Kenny Pickett, Shedeur, and Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
Only
you can
time-
say other. Other is a good answer.
Well, you know, I think they should. Honestly, I think they should go with Joe Flacco at first,
Yeah,
just
I
to
agree.
start the season.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he's a veteran quarterback that can help lead them and like
I
help.
let Flacco out of that.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, to fresh off your memory, Joe Flacco did bring the Cleveland Browns to the playoffs.
He did.
A few seasons ago,
He did.
and took
This
them
is
to a playoff game.
He did.
So that I just feel like they should bring it in for experience.
This is true, my friend. This is absolutely true. CL, do you want to weigh in on this
Very,
quarterback
very
room?
good, brother C. I do believe Joe Flacco should be the starting quarterback, starting for the year for Cleveland, just to try out that offensive line, just to see how good that offensive line is. Because you know one thing for sure: if you do put Dylan in, if you do put Shedeur in, they're gonna need a solid offensive line moving forward. Because no rookie quarterback needs to be running for their life.
And if you look at Cleveland, this roster is shaping up. You have Cooper Kupp, you have Scanlon Valdez, you have Smith, Jackson Smith. Those are the three receivers. Doesn't especially what? Wait, Smith came over from Seattle.
No. You're probably looking at the Seattle roster.
Hey,
because Cooper went to Seattle, left around.
Hey, y'all, I'm definitely looking at the Seattle roster.
You got Judy.
Shouts out to Outland.com. I did not scroll
You got
back down.
Judy at wide receiver.
I thought that sounded familiar.
You got the tight end. We talk. Oh my!
No, you have it.
Talking about Cleveland, right?
Yeah, I messed up. I was looking
85.
at.
David Njoku, yeah.
Njoku.
Yeah. So you do have Jared Judy, you have Tress, you have Cedric Tillman. So they're receiving core. I mean, you got Dante Jackson on there. I think if we're talking about this roster shaping up, it has to start with the running back room.
Yeah,
You got two good rookies that came in. Of course, they got Junkins as a starter listed on our lads. With my Monday brain, right? And then a lot of folks have a lot to say about Dylan Sampson. So this team, and defensively, you got Malik Collins, you got Myles Garrett, you got Mason Graham. He's going to be a starter. Ward, you got Ward, you got Newsom, you got Grant Delpit. I mean, this Cleveland's defense is solid. The question is how quick these rookies are going to catch on. Who's going to be the starting quarterback?
I wouldn't look for it to be that great because at the end of the day, people, The Cleveland Browns have to play the Baltimore Ravens 2 times a year, the Pittsburgh Steelers 2 times a year, and the Cincinnati Bengals 2 times a year.
Very tough division, absolutely.
It's a snobber knocker of a division, and it just doesn't bode well for rookies trying to learn a new offense and become professionals all in their first year.
Yeah.
Well, little Chris, I mean, I did have my little rosters mixed up, but CL brought up a team that is extremely interesting. Not as interesting as Cleveland, but they up there. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Either they did not draft a quarterback till well later in the draft with Will Howard, which, boy, they lucked up. But right now, starting, they got Mason Rudolph.
Nice.
I mean, just think about that. I brought up he brought up DK Metcalf going over there. You got Robert Wood, like he gonna get the ball to them, right? You know, the running back room, it just is what it is. You know, they got Caleb Johnson that they drafted. They got him listed as a starter. I'm just trying to see what a spark at, I guess. Well, outside of defense, you know, when you start looking at the Steelers, I'm pretty defense. All my people over there, my boy Darrell, he's running scout with my old coach, Coach Dunbar. So I know defensive line gonna be intact. But as far as this Pittsburgh team offensively, your thoughts?
Honestly, I feel like I don't even know why they even traded George Pickens. I felt like they should have kept George Pickens, honestly, alongside with DK Metcalf. That would have been but they traded him. And honestly, I think the day one starter should be Will Howard. I'm taking Will Howard over Mason Rudolph.
Wow.
Because,
Fresh off a natty.
Yes, hot take, I know. But, I don't know. I mean, let's be real. Like, all Mason Rudolph is known for is getting hit in the helmet by Myles Garrett. And
it's true.
and Will Howard, I mean, I think he's pro quarterback ready. I mean, he took Ohio State to the national championship, won the national championship, played very, very well in the college football playoffs. I know it's going to be different in the NFL, and he might struggle a little bit in the beginning of the season, but I feel like as time will go on, I feel like he will start to progress and get better.
I am definitely impressed with your football knowledge.
Boy, he
brother.
cold, boy.
And I appreciate your sentiment. I do believe that the Pittsburgh Steelers are still holding out faith for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I believe that faith that they've holding out Aaron Rodgers was the reason why they didn't sign Shedeur Sanders. One day maybe I'll get a chance to ask Mike Tomlin about that situation and why he didn't choose Shedeur Sanders, knowing that Mason Rudolph was his starting quarterback as is. I'm not sold on the rookie from Ohio State because at the end of the day, what rookies ball out their first time, you know, it just doesn't happen.
C.J. Stroud?
Well, no. But then look at the second year.
But you said second. You said sophomore slump. That was your
true.
thing,
That's
and
true.
you know.
Well, but okay, so now look at the team around him.
All right, yeah.
Can they really get? When you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, you think of the offensive line. They have not been dominant at the offensive line in some years since Pouncey was at center. Pun intended, my brother.
Yes.
Yeah, the Ponce twins. We used to have fun with them at LSU, boy. That was so. Those two guys,
Florida,
was at Florida when we were at LSU. So they would go against like me, Glenn, Ricky Jean, Francois. That was some good days. But to CL's point, Pittsburgh Steelers has lost a lot of spunk, particularly on the offensive side after those guys.
I know where it's coming from.
But I gotta go with the young Chris, man. I have a little faith in Will Howard. Yeah, I have faith in winners. I mean, here's what I mean by that. I think Coach Tomlin probably felt more comfortable going with him as opposed to Shedeur. He had better support than Shedeur on the offensive line in college, and he won more meaningful games. So despite the athleticism, you know, the prime time isn't there, that boy might fool around, be started week one. Yeah. It's inside the trenches, baby. We're just going around the NFL talking about different teams, different moves that may have helped the team or may have just kept them basic. So I've been getting a lot of reports from out of Kansas City. That's one of my old teams as well. This is a team that, boy, the Philadelphia Eagles decoded their offense, didn't they? Right? I saw Taylor Swift maybe twice. Those who they would have shut it down.
I forgot she was in the building. I really did.
Brashard Smith, running back from SMU. Yeah, I did too. They were talking about him having a good camp, but something about the Kansas City team OTAs. I be wanting to put them in football season already. Boy, y'all be
Well,
ready
it's
too
here.
much.
It's here.
It's definitely here.
Getting news every day.
Kansas City is an interesting story, right? I mean, the receiving core, Xavier Worthy balled out. You got Hollywood Brown. You got Rasheed Rice, right? Juju Smith-Schuster still on the deal. They did draft what you say about him?
Sky Moore.
Sky Moore is on. I thought you were ripping your boy.
No, I'm gonna let him live.
They drafted. They drafted a wide receiver in the 4th round in Jalen Royal out of Utah State. So they made some moves in the draft, right? Mainly on the offensive line, bringing in Josh Simmons. That was big by them. But they last pick, with him still being there, I thought New Orleans was going to get him, right? But the running back room, graded CL.
I give it a C.
You see what I'm saying?
I give it a
no
C.
No pun intended.
I give it a C just because we know the potential of Pacheco, but how healthy is he? Right?
Mm-hmm.
We know the potential of the Kansas City offense, but how healthy is that offensive line? That was the problem that they dealt with in the Super Bowl when I was paying attention for the little time I was paying attention.
Because it was nasty. It was.
The offensive line was having problems, and they made it throughout the season. 1-score game, 1-point game, 2-point game. They made it throughout the season because for the core, primarily been in big games, they can make it happen. But they have to address that offensive line if they want to do anything moving forward because their division has gotten better.
It has. I mean, you look at Denver. I mean, Denver is really being sneaky.
In the playoffs.
Yes.
Yeah, they get,
definitely made the playoffs.
Sean Payton feel like he got his quarterback, feel like he got his cornerback.
Feel like he got his running back.
He feel like he got his running back. I mean, this team is coming together for the way he's kind of envisioned it. Your thoughts on Kansas City? I mean, we know they got guys like Chris Jones on defense. They got some names over there. Shouts out to Christian Fulton. He signed with them in the offseason. West Bank boy, LSU boy, too.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to him. Kansas City, man, like, what's your thoughts? Do you think we should say Fitz magic, is the Patrick Mahomes magic fading away like you can't Mahomes your way out of this one for a Super Bowl, or are they going to come back with a vengeance next year?
Okay. I could definitely say they improved the defense a little bit, specifically the secondary. I think they definitely did improve in the secondary a little bit in free agency. And I think they did improve a little bit in the offensive line, like you had mentioned. Because that Super Bowl was nasty. Patrick Mahomes got harassed like police was trying to arrest him or something like that. But
New Orleans.
and I was actually at the Super Bowl too. I was
Me
actually
too.
there. Yes. So I got to witness that. And
It went viral.
it's I definitely think the Chiefs have a chance to win the division. Of course, because they have Patrick Mahomes and stuff, and Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, even though he's getting older now. But getting to the Super Bowl, it's definitely gonna get tough. Because how tough the AFC is. It's definitely gonna get tough. You got Lamar, you got Josh Allen, etc. Joe Burrow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It look like it's. I'm not saying they're not gonna be a playoff contender and might slide into the Super Bowl, but. Yeah, they got their hands full. Those teams are improving. CL, so he did go viral. Chance the Rapper. By the way, shouts out to Chance. He hopped on a song with Juvie and Subtweet Sean. Big ups to them. That was pretty cool.
New Orleans is an influence.
Yes, indeed. Boy, what? So let's go ahead, y'all. We got 5 minutes left in the show. We started off the show talking about the New Orleans Saints with the retirement of Derek Carr. Now we're going to end it, right? Teams that this is a team, in my opinion, I gave them a B- in the draft. Why? Because they did address areas that needed work. And CL's excited because I think New York slowly but surely coming back after being down like 20 points. But anywho, I'm talking about, y'all probably watching this and the finals too, which is cool. We appreciate that. But, Brandon Cooks, whatever. We did draft him in the first round. He is a veteran receiver. I'm excited about Peoples now being on the roster because he at least gives a little bit of size. He was good in Detroit. Chris Olave, it is what it is. But Means trying to make a little something happen. We did get Randuns out of free agency. Left guard. So it's almost like with Nick Salavera was dealing with some injuries, which kind of showed up that area. CL, I'm going to come to you first because you look at a guy like Kelvin Banks Jr., day one starter. This offensive line is coming together. But the quarterback position, I know we talked about you not being really interested in going after you're not in the Aaron Rodgers era. So you have your Brock Purdy 2.0 right here on this quarterback in the room?
It's possible. It's possible. And the only way we're going to find out is we fortify that offensive line, which I believe we did, and if we address the backup positions on the offensive line, which I believe we did, and we addressed the backup position at the running back, which I believe we did. We addressed the backup position at wide receiver, which I believe we did. Now we have a chance to see what we actually have because how we were constructed originally, we had no chance to see what we actually had.
Your thoughts on the Saints throughout the draft improvement in the offseason, you give them a pretty high grade?
Yeah, I'll definitely say B. Yeah, I'll say B. Like you said, that was huge that we got Kelvin Banks out the draft. Definitely a top 2, top 3 tackle and offensive lineman in the draft. We definitely has, addressed some key positions, backup positions like running back, receiver, and even defense as well. So I definitely think we improved a little bit as a team, and we'll see how the season goes, and we'll see how the quarterbacks perform.
And I know people want to dive into that concept of us maybe going get a Aaron Rodgers, and there's no way in hell that we would trade with Atlanta for Kirk Cousins. So that's not a here and there. We just got an extra $30 million. Why would I go spend 15 of it to bring in Aaron Rodgers? We're in a good position.
He gonna want $15 million for 1 year?
Well, I couldn't see him wanting less than 10.
He might want to give.
And then incentives, and if he actually plays 80% of the snaps, I could see him asking for 10 plus.
We could take him to get some seafood.
How about we take them same $10 million and give it to Mike Thomas? Mike, I'm going to hang on that roof till I fall off. Answer your phone, big brother. The idea of you coming back to New Orleans and playing in the black and gold has never escaped my mind, has never escaped the people in New Orleans' mind. We've gotten all that. Dennis Allen, gone. Derek Carr, gone. Come on home, MT.
Hey, listen, man. And Mike, I know he calling for you. It makes sense. I mean, because with CL looking at within the last 5 years, he was one of the more dominant receivers in the NFL, period. So if you get this guy, this is a new quarterback room, right? This is a whole new regime. So I think it is important that they do at least look at another
kick the tire.
Freshman, I said freshman. Free agent wide receiver, a taller one. Well, baby, look at our time just rolling like that, man. Before you know it, it's almost time to go. Now, my friends, the time has come. Let's play the second
Knicks
line.
tied the game in the third quarter, 83-83. And
Will the Knicks win the game? That's the $1 million question. Well, look, y'all, we got to get up out here. We want to take this time to thank our sponsors, Robert Wolfe Construction and Real Estate. We want to thank Lamarque Ford Crescent City for all that they do for the show. Conquer Sports Pros, baby, where the ballers are created. And last but certainly not least, new to the roster, Health Nut System, Dr. Kendra Andrews, thank you so much for hooking us up.
Thank you, Doc.
The smart way to fuel. Y'all make sure y'all visit stillbody.org for more information. Get those good products. I know it's definitely working with your boy, man, getting me back in a little. Feel like I go get a couple snaps for the Saints. For our co-host, Lil Chris Posey, thank you so much for coming on the show again, man. Welcome. CL NOLA, the GM. If y'all want to know who they're going to draft, you better call CL. He going to let you know. Y'all be sure to follow him. He going to cut at CL_NOLA. Follow me at BIGFAV504. Give me your Instagram one more time.
Yes. All lowercase, Lil Chris, 3K_LAH.
Look, Chris, definitely he is in the building. Well, we want to also thank Damone Clark, number 18. Went back to the 18, baby, for the Dallas Cowboys.
New Orleans.
Joining them on the show, New Orleans native, Baton Rouge, raised in Baton Rouge. And, of course, a part of that magical 2019 LSU Fighting Tigers team. Thank y'all for tuning in, sticking with us, commenting below. Y'all be sure to, same time, same place next week, right here at Loyola Studios for my production team. Wes, Tyler, UP in the building. Spin you. I see you checking us out online, sharing it and all that.
Man.
Shouts out to y'all, Camille, everybody over here at Loyola. God bless y'all, and God bless you too. It's Inside the Trenches, baby. We'll be back next Monday, 6:30 p.m. Hello, somebody, right here on ESPN Baton Rouge, Utah, YouTube Live. See ya.
This is Robert Wolfe. If you are in need of construction or real estate services, project management services, give us a call at 504-393-2445.
Well, hello. Like Rob just said, hit up Robert Wolfe Construction and Real Estate for your real estate and construction needs. And let them know you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with Marlon Favorite on ESPN New Orleans. Hello, somebody.
Hi, it's Alberto Montero. We got it. Great selection of vehicles in and out of here on a daily basis. We offer financing. All Carfaxes are online, and all our vehicles are serviced and inspected before sale. Best selection and prices in all of the New Orleans metro area. Come visit us today at 1512 North Causeway in the heart of Metairie. Come check us out at MonteroMotors.com.
Montero Motors, a proud sponsor of Inside the Trenches, ESPN New Orleans.
Hello, I'm Shelton Jordan with Lamarque Ford Crescent City. If you are in need of a commercial vehicle, I'm here to help. From F-150s to Super Duty trucks or chassis, to cargo vans, passenger vans, or if you're in need of a vehicle to be upfitted, we can build it especially for you. Or if you're looking for a truck or SUV, I can also help you at Lamarque Ford Store in Kenner. Feel free to call me at 504-734-3579 and ask for Shelton. Lamarque Crescent City Ford is a proud partner of Inside the Trenches on ESPN.